Hey everyone, welcome back to the Half Soybean channel. My name is Sharon and today we are hopefully going to finish off my wedding dress. Somehow it's already June, which is my wedding month, and as you can tell I've been procrastinating quite a bit from finishing this off. We've got a couple of things to go. If you're new here, I have part 1 and 2 where I tackle the bodice and the skirt part of my dress, so I will link that down below. There's a couple of things on the agenda. I have to tack down my wedding skirt layers. Well, it's attached to the dress, but yeah, I have to tack them down so they don't fly everywhere. And I also have to figure out my veil. I kind of don't know what I want to do yet. And I also have to do my sleeve, which is probably the most exciting part, so let's just start with them. As you can tell from my attire, it's actually so cold. So cold. It's just been raining all year and it's freezing, and I think I truly underestimated how cold this winter was going to be when I planned my wedding back when it was still warm. And the main reason why my wedding is in the winter is because that was the only week that was available for the venue that I wanted. But here we are. I've picked up 2 meters of this white organza and I'm going to layer this with the dotted tulle, which is the main fabric for my wedding dress. And the reason why I am layering the organza underneath is because I think only this kind of material is going to make it stiff enough to be poofy. I think if I just did the dotted tulle by itself, it would look quite deflated and not the type of silhouette that I'm looking for. So I'm hoping this method works. Obviously I haven't tried it and it's just, you know, an idea in my brain so far. Here I just ramble on about measuring your arm, but really you don't need to do that. Just have a meter of fabric. I also did make a few mistakes along the way, but I won't really get into those because I don't think it's that important. But anyway, I used the whole length of 1 meter of fabric per arm, and it was about 140 centimeters in width, I think. With the organza piece, I laid it on top of the dotted tulle so I could cut out the exact same size. I'm now going to put in a rolled hem, serger, overlock, whatever, on either length of the organza so it doesn't unravel. Then I put the dotted tulle right side up on top of the organza, which was also the right side up, and I pinned it into place. Okay, I've now got it folded in half with the tulle and the organza layer, and I'm just going to sew down one side of it, connecting everything together so that it becomes like a tube, like this. And then I realized I was making some mistakes, so I got a bit disheartened and stopped filming, but I came back and decided to show you what I did in the end on a miniature version. So pretend this is my organza. Just chose this fabric so it's a little bit easier to see. And then I just laid them on top of each other, laid them together, folded in half, sew a straight line down here. We've sewn down the side, and then if we flip it out to the right side, we should have this tube, like so. So we'll flip it back to the wrong side, and for the top of it, I folded it down quite a bit, like this, and then I did 2 rows of stitches around here so that it would have a little tube for the elastic to feed through, all the way around like this. And then I also did one like here and here around the whole circumference, and then I put in an elastic around here and here, and that formed my sleeves. So it's a little bit harder to tell on the big scale, but you can see I've got an elastic channel on this end, which is the top poofy side, and then I've got an elastic channel on this end, as you can see. And I also finished the edges with this rolled hem that I spoke about earlier, and that's just how I did my sleeve. I then tacked down the layers of my skirt. I think I had about 5 in total. Anyway, I YouTubed how to do it, and I think it's something called a French tack. I just searched it up on YouTube. I think you'll be able to find it too. It's a great tutorial by the Bridal Sewing Techniques channel. So it is time to figure out what kind of veil I want, and I've had a little bit of a think, and I'm just thinking like a plain one, and I wanted to sit like under my bun rather than like over my bun, because I think I'll have like a pretty similar hairstyle to this, but probably just more professionally done by my makeup and hair artist. I have no idea how to make a veil, but my friends got me this like costume one for my hens, and it seems pretty straightforward, although these people have just hot glue gunned it onto the clip. So I'm not sure if this is the best method. I might have a quick YouTube search on how to best do this. Anyhow, in terms of materials, I picked up this wire like veil hair clip just from Spotlight, which is like a craft store. I picked up some tulle, just 1 meter of it. However, the width of it is 3 meters. I think it's just gonna be really simple. So my veil will only be like 1 meter instead of 3, I guess. I'll gather the length of the 3 meters to get some kind of like bunched effect and slap it onto the hair clip. Okay, so this is some extra tulle I have. So this is not my actual the veil tulle. I'm just gonna cut a strip, maybe like 3 inches wide. I don't know how much exactly we'll need, so I'll start with 1 meter, I guess. Packaging. And I'm going to wrap this metal section with my tulle strip. I guess we just start wrapping. Once I came to this side, I'm just gonna go back around and loop to the center-ish, I guess. So this is what it looks like, all wrapped on the edge. Cut the tulle on an angle like this. Get a needle with kind of a big eye and feed the tulle through into that eye. Try to hook it underneath somewhere so it won't fall back out. My hand's too slippery. Okay, I'll try with rubber gloves, 1 sec. Okay, yes. Pull it out and then, oh, there we go. And then pop the needle off. Trim. Not too short, but there we go. And now just gather it to match the length of your hair clip. I do think it is better if you use clear thread, like clear fishing line thread. I don't know what it's called, but I don't have any, so we're just gonna attach it with normal thread. Anyway, I'm going to attach it from the outside of the curve because I assume that it'll be attached on my head, and my head is like round this way, so I will attach it from this side. Honestly, I'm just gonna start sewing it on to the tulle. All sewn on now. This is from the front, and then this is from the back. I wrapped it a little bit around the edges. Raw edge under there, but it's like hidden from the right side.
Nothing like your smile adore me.
Every wedding begins with a love story. I imagine all of you know their love story. I'm going to tell it.
Where I wanna stay.
To love and to cherish is super special.
For us to witness, take you, Kevin, as my husband, to love and to cherish from distant boys.
Living in your arms as years go by. It's easier to love. Oh, oh. Easier to love. Oh, oh. If the sky is falling down on me, you'll be the one that's by my side to lift away from me. And if I find myself in reckless days, you'll be the one to pull me back into reality. Nothing like your smile.